because I live in a community where you cannot, I cannot give needles in the state of Maine, I found support through the beads. So my little chant is most in need, one bead. And what I do and what I try to help people become comfortable with is putting a bead on the Shen Men point, the reverse Shen Men. That's it. Most in need, one bead, reverse Shen Men. And I try to keep it very simple, and I try not to talk. And it's just simple steps. I give them the simple steps. I read to them, the opportunities of change in their bodies. One of the things I was asking Marie, it's like, well, what is it? How can I keep it simple when I'm talking to people? Keep it really, really simple about Shen Men. And she said, it's when or where the physical and the non-physical, I don't even want to say meet, I don't even want to say cross, but it does in a way, if that makes sense. Because how do you explain something like that? So I just keep it simple. And they clean off their ears. I go around, put beads on everyone, let everyone put beads on everyone else, and then we just sit. They take the flyers, they take the beads, and then they go off. If they have questions, they'll call or email. When I've gone into like groups Recover Together or the local Days treatment program, I give them everything, so they are then using them themselves. So a few of the places that I've gone to, and it's been something that's been very quick and easy. Usually it's just an hour that I'm in there. Open Door Recovery Center, it's a outreach community, and they have a day treatment program. 3 times a week the people are showing up. One of the things that I learned very first on from Joanne Lenny is treat the staff. So what I do, as an example, I would go into Open Door Recovery Center. I spend 45 minutes with the staff. We all sit, we learn where the reverse Shen Men is. They feel comfortable. When they start feeling comfortable, we sit. We all just have 20 minutes of quiet time with reverse Shen Men, and I give them the beads, and then they just go off and either maybe bring it home to their family members or to people in their community. And then maybe a week later, I'll come back and I'll do the same with the clients. So the staff might come in and they might have a seat with the clients at the same time. So it's staff and clients at the same time having reverse Shen Men. Another example is Edie's Place, which was a woman's recovery house in our community that actually, unfortunately, has now closed. Same thing. I go in and I show the staff, get them comfortable with it, and then the clients have the opportunity too. And then I always give beads if that's what they, give the beads to them if they want to take them to go. I tell them where they can purchase them, and then they are welcome to spread the word themselves. It's not something that they need a lot of training for. Oops. Next one. Oops, sorry. So it's like the trickle-down effect. You start with one person and they just keep spreading it on and on and on. The great thing is with the bead is that it can go anywhere. I say it can go anywhere, and I mean, how can you, that is different, than sitting with the needles. Now, I myself, I love to go get, not a protocol. But I love to wear the beads too. So it's like 2 tools in your toolbox. Another place is an organization called, Open Door Recovery Center. There's Open Door Recovery Center in your place, And this is where all the meetings will take place. Same thing. It's not. I wouldn't go in and approach people at meetings with the idea of NADA or the bead, but I would hang a sign on their bulletin board, and I would give them my information and let them know. I also would let them know where I will be available. And this organization has made space available to me, so people will just come in and say, hey, I heard about this. I say, sit down, have a seat. So it's open to anybody and everything. Another organization was Groups Recover Together. They're a new organization in our nation, and they are actually a for-profit recovery center. And a lot of people said to me, why would you, there are a lot of issues about that. You know, well, they're a for-profit recovery center. And I said, yeah, but that's not where I'm coming from. Where I'm coming from is somebody in recovery. And I'm just trying to teach people and let people know that this is an opportunity to put something else in their toolbox. The Hills House is a women's recovery house for women with children under 5. So these women, I've been able to show them and the staff, and they put beads on their children. The children then learn how to put the beads on the other children or on their parents, which is the coolest thing. And I actually have that on video, but I don't have it here today. Marie and I have gone to our local jail. It's one of the things that we do together is because we can't needle in Maine, I'll go in and show how to use reverse Shenmen, and Marie will then show them how a simple NADA treatment is done. And that's been really successful for us to get out there and show people, but we're still hopeful. The local jail, we visited them quite a while ago. We sent them all the information. Sometimes people will have trouble with, there are some liability issues, they say, or they're not ready for it yet. That's perfectly okay. The way I feel is it really takes at least 3 times sometimes, most of the time, at least 3 times, for it to come around to when the person who has the ability within the organization or within the group to say, oh, I've heard about NADA or the beads, the acupressure beads from this person, and then I heard about it from this person, and then this person, and then they'll say, okay, why don't you come in? Does that make sense? How it takes more than one time to make the call or to visit the organization, show up, hand them a flyer. It's like, don't give up, just keep going for it. One of the coolest things that happened this past week, I do these adult education classes, and I do the same kind of training. And we had 3 people come into the class, and this was the first class that I had Marie come in to show people, other than myself showing people reverse Shenmen. So now I'm advertising in the adult ed brochure. Now they're going to have an opportunity when they come to the class to see what a simple ear NADA protocol is, okay? So we're in the class, there are 3 people, and 2 of them I know, one of them I have never met before. All 3 of them wanted to get the NADA protocol, which they did. As we're there talking, we start talking, and one of my goals, I used to work for the school, it's called RSU 24, up in our area. And, when you work in a school, you see the children struggle. So how do you help the children? Okay, well, you help the children by helping the parents. When the kids come in and they're all out of sorts because there's a lot of stuff going on at home, you also need to help the parents. And so I've been trying to get into this regional school district because they have health awareness days for the teachers and the staff. And really, I think the teachers and the staff need just as much support. So we show the teachers how to do it. Then the teachers will be able to go home, show their children and family members. I'm not talking about showing the children, I'm just talking about showing the teachers right now. So one of the women who was attending the class, I knew because I was a school secretary. I worked with her son. When he was sick, he would come to me, and I would call her. Okay, so you become friendly with the parents. So she knows me. She knows I'm, not a crazy woman. She sees my name in the adult ed brochure. She comes into the class, and we start talking. And she, come to find out, she's very close with our personnel person through the RSU. And she turns to me and she says, well, why haven't you gone into the schools and been able to show any of the people in the schools? The schools need this. The schools need this. And she, in fact, has taken her son for acupuncture for his anxiety and stress, and it's been extremely helpful to him. So she's looking at me and she's like, well, why can't they do this? Why can't you do this? And I said, well, maybe you could make a phone call. Maybe you could call the central office. And she said, I'm going to do it. So with 3 people coming to the class, I have now made that connection where hopefully within the next year or so, they will eventually have either myself or someone else or an acupuncturist, someone come in and talk to them about another tool in the toolbox. And it's not just for a tool for recovery, but it's really a tool for life. Mm-hmm. It's a tool for all people of all ages. And I think that's why I'm driven. I'm driven because it's one bead, reverse Shen Men, keep it simple, put them in your pocket, and they go anywhere. And just please, please, please keep that in mind. And here we are. And I was saying to Marie earlier, I said, 6 months ago, I would have never thought we would be having a meeting in New Hampshire. And here we are. It's like miracles happen.